We've all been taught the same lie since we were kids. Keep your friends close, build your circle, and whenever you start something new, bring your friends with you. It sounds like great advice, but what if I told you that in the real world, relying on your friends is actually the process to ruining your success and the friendship itself? Welcome back. Today, you are dissecting Law 2 of both 8 laws of power. Never put too much trust in friends. Learn how to use enemies. We're going to look at the dark side of human psychology and why the people you trust the most are usually the ones who hold you back. To understand this law, we have to understand human nature. When you're just hanging out, friendship is built on equality. You laugh at the same jokes, you play the same games, you are on the exact same level. But the second you introduce work, money, or a power dynamic into that relationship, the equality vanishes. And that is when the silent killer of all friendships creeps in. Robert Greene explains that you never truly know a friend until you see how they react to your success. When you hire a friend or put them in a position where you are the leader, you are secretly triggering their insecurities. Let's bring this into real life. Imagine you're in senior high school and you have a great defining performance task. You are the group leader. Naturally, you pick your closest friends. Let's call them Jake and Michael. You think it's going to be a fun, easy breeze. But here's what actually happens. Jake slacks off because he subconsciously thinks, he's my friend, he won't fail me. That's entitlement. Michael, on the other hand, submits terrible work, but you hesitate to correct him. Why? Because you don't want to make things awkward. You are blinded by emotion. You can't be a strict leader because you are terrified of losing the friendship. So, what happens? You end up doing all the work yourself. You harbor silent resentment, and the fragile suffers. Friendship makes you weak when you need to be objective. Now, let's flip the script. Princess, learn how to use enemies. That sounds crazy, right? Why would you work with someone you don't like? Because an enemy, or even just a bitter rival, has something your friends will never have. Something to prove. When you collaborate with someone who used to oppose you, they are on thin ice. They know they don't have the safety net of friendship. They aren't expecting you to be nice to them. Therefore, they will work twice as hard to prove their competence and secure their spot. The dynamic is purely based on respect, boundaries, and results. No emotional baggage, no hidden envy. Let's look at the business scenario. Say you decide to start a small online business, maybe a bike accessories shop. You need someone to build a slick website for it. Your best friend offers to do it, but you also know that guy from your ICT class, the one who always competes with you, the one you always try to beat in grades. Who do you choose? If you give it to your friend, he might take weeks to finish it. And if the website crashes, you can't fire him without a massive argument. But if you hire your rival, he's going to build you the best Wix website you've ever seen, just to prove he is better at ICT than you are. You use his competitive energy to build your brand. You get a perfect website, and he gets paid. A perfect transaction. So, what is the ultimate takeaway here? Robert Greene isn't telling you to become a lonely, paranoid billion who hates their friends. He's telling you to separate your emotions from your ambitions. Keep friends for the weekends, for the good times, and for the late-night talks. But when it is time to build your future, whether that is a school empire, a business, or your career, surround yourself with people who are driven by competence, not comfort. Protect your friendships by keeping them out of your work. If they shifted your perspective, drop a like on the video so the algorithm knows you're leveling up. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss Lottery, where we dive into why you should always conceal your intentions. Until next time, stay sharp.